Hope you enjoyed your few days off. You got everything packed and ready to go. Good morning again. This is the fourth time we're doing this. We started off on Sunday morning where we unveiled or opened the Journey Bridge, where the names of the boys who've done the journey since Group 1 went out in March 2005, right through to Group 54, the 10th year last year. And guys, when you get back to school on the first week of May, you're going to find that there'll be a block down there with your names on it too, from the journey groups of 2014. Group 55 went out on Sunday, 56 went out on Monday, 57 went out yesterday, and you're the 58th group to go out of the school. And parents, they wouldn't be doing it without your support. Every single one of these guys has taken on a huge challenge, and without the support, encouragement and faith of their parents and members of family, I don't think that this could have happened. While some of you might well have chosen St. Albans purely because, well, for one of the reasons, it might have been because of the Form 3 journey. It might have been a signal kind of event that you thought, I want to buy into some of this. For some of you as well, it might have been something you've approached with trepidation. And if you'd shown a lack of faith in the whole thing, or didn't believe that it was necessary for your son to do it, I don't believe that he would have been up there, standing there this morning. So mums and dads, thank you for giving your sons the courage to take the journey. Boys, thank you as well for stepping up and taking on the challenge. This is a big rite of passage. And we don't want to overhype it and say you're going to go away as a boy and come back as a man. It's nothing like that, because physically you're already beginning to make that journey in a really powerful way, most of you. And those of you who are ahead of the curve are a bit bigger than some of the others, but at the end of the day, come the end of next year, every single one of you is going to be really appearing as young men in life and in the school. Thanks for taking on the challenge, and I sincerely hope that it's going to live up to what you expect it to be. There are two things you're going to do during the course, well, three things you're going to do during the course of this journey that will be a little bit different than what you normally do at school, and that is you're going to write letters. Probably your mums and dads have already written or are beginning to write the first letters to you. Maybe your brothers and sisters and friends and family members the same. And from that point of view, you're going to be receiving letters from them, but also you're going to write letters. There are no text messages, no WhatsApp, no Twitter, no Facebook, no anything in terms of a technology other than a pen and paper. And I sincerely hope that you're going to enjoy reading the letters from home, reading the letters from your friends at school, maybe even members of staff at school, your tutor, whatever, as well as your broader friendship group. And that you're going to enjoy writing those letters too, back to them. Then at the end of your solo, you're going to write a letter to me. And I'll be there at the end of your journey, your solo, to accept that letter from you. And we can perhaps even talk about it before you head off the next day. In that letter, you're going to tell me things that you think I need to know in terms of how your experience has gone on the journey and what you're beginning to find out about yourself, and the sort of things that perhaps myself and the staff should begin to watch out for as you get back to school in May and push through to the second half of your career at St. Albans. You might even want to tell me that you're not finding it all it's cracked up to be, and that you're still confused as to whether it's any use at all. That's a valuable and authentic thing to say. You're entitled also, by the way, to come back to school in May and come and see me in the office and say, sir, can I add to my letter or even change my letter, because my view on things have changed somewhat since I wrote that to you a couple of weeks back. The most important letter you're going to write is the letter you're going to write on the last night, night 22. That letter's to yourself. And in that letter, it's a personal contract. It's powerful stuff. It's you saying, dear me, this is what I'm going to be looking out for in the next year. This is how I'm going to maybe work on my relationships. This is how I'm going to show a better appreciation for the gifts and the blessings I've received in life. From the Creator, from my family, from friends, from the school, from a whole bunch of things. And then I'm going to be recalibrating the way I look at things. You might also say that you're going to up your game in some way, and that you might realize that you haven't really been given even half your best effort, that you've discovered things about yourself on this journey in these 3 weeks that really mean you can push harder when you get back to school. And if you are like that, you're going to be like a lot of guys who write that letter out the last night in the journey, because they do actually signal something significant to themselves. It's a kind of a personal contract. And this day next year, or thereabouts, as Group 4 of next year, which will be Group 64 altogether, as they're going out, we'll call you forward in this same place, hopefully also on a nice sunny morning, to ask you to receive that letter back that you wrote to yourself, because we'll be keeping it in the safe for a whole year. So before we get on with the rest of your departure ceremony now, it's my pleasure to stand with Mike Estreys and the head boy and ask the boys from last year's Group 4 to receive their letters, which they will read during the course of today, and perhaps which will also help them to see how well they've lived up to their own commitment to themselves, their own personal contracts in the last 12 months. We're going to ask them to come forward in groups of 2. We're going to do it from just over there near the bell. The first pair are Alban and Jason Scott. Basti dos Santos and in Kenyasi and Kondo. Michael Robertson left the school at the end of the last year. I'm just reading his name out in case he's here as he comes in. He's at Boys High at the moment. Bear in mind, if you're one of his friendship group, to say he can come and fetch his letter from office with pleasure. Duncan Lowe.